Hello everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to show how to fetch data from an API using two popular JavaScript methods. One is .then and another is async await. So we will going to display the data in a dynamic HTML table using bootstrap styles. So here is our web page structure. We can see after clicking the button, we are getting data using broadband, and after that we are getting you data using async await. So it is just a simple web page structure. We are made with this HTML code, like there is a two buttons and one heading, just just that. So there is also space, also a container to show or display the result here. Like, let's understand the HTML part of uh, this structure. So there is a document type HTML. It is going to tell the browser to use latest version of HTML, HTML5, and second line is uh, starting is just entry point of our HTML. So after the line in EM, it means it is telling the browser to use English language for this web page, and after that, here we are starting with our head tag. Uh, Inside head tag, there is a metadata and title link. So it will just there is a metadata. It will just make our page responsive and use for the character encoding, like everything included emojis type. And this line viewport, it just make our page responsive, so especially for small screens like mobile phones and tablets. So after that, there is a title tag. So this title tag is the only visible thing inside the head element or tag. We can see here such example inside our web browser tab. So it is only visible thing inside head tag, and after that there is we are linking bootstrap CSS to use bootstrap inside our web page inside body tag. So from here we are from till here we are done with our HTML head tag, and we are starting um, from our body tag. So inside body tag, everything is visible on our web page, like one heading and two button. And there is inside our body tag. First, we are creating a div container. Inside it, we are putting a head tag like fetch API, then versus async await. There is also a bootstrap CSS class, and after that, there is a div container. Inside this div container, there is a two button with on click, load with then, and load with async await. So there is a two button, and after that there is another div container showing the result, and there is an ID. We are going to access this ID result inside our JavaScript tag with both on click. First one is load with then, and second one is load with async await. Both are going to uh, access in our JavaScript page, JavaScript file. So after that, there is a this div container will going to store the uh, result after clicking the button. And after that, there is a script tag. And inside this script tag, we are linking the our JavaScript file. So let's move to our JavaScript file. So inside it, we are using asynchronous programming. In JavaScript, some tasks like fetching data from internet API, it will take time. So till uh, instead of waiting, uh, we just continue the running another code. It called synchronous programming. And synchronous is like they wait to complete the first program, and after that they move to the another program. And in asynchronous, there is nothing like it. They just run whole the programming in same time and take their own time to complete. So there is also we use promises to tackle these problems. So there is a promises like like pending or waiting state um, whenever it is going to continue with the other operations like resolve or success states when a resource reaches to the destination when through API we got the data. And there is a third promise is reject, and there is a catch. It will go if the program if when the APIs didn't get the data from the other uh, website or internet, so it will going to throw an error here like so there is a three so there is a three state for the promise. It's like pending or waiting, resolve or success state, and the third one is reject or error state. So it will just after the fetching the API, it will want to just bring the data from the another website or things where data is stored by communicating through API. Then uh, then then there will be a promise created. So first is the pending or waiting for the data, and second is a resolve. We uh, if we get the data, that is the resolved state. And third one is if we didn't get the data, that is rejected promise. So that's it, and let's understand our JavaScript code. There is a function load with them, and it is defined inside our HTML uh, file load with them. We are targeting this one here. So fetch is just calling the API here. It's just return a promise that say, hey, I will get you the data. Just wait a moment. It's just giving us promise like that. So that after that there is a dot, then it will just once the fetch promise is successful, it gives us a response like uh, like we can say, okay, now convert this response into JSON, like here response.json we use, so it will going to convert response into JSON. So after that, there is second dot then. So it will just do when JSON is ready. So we send it to the function render table to display it on the web page. To display on the web page. If we get the data, it will going to be converted in JSON data. Then it will going to be displayed on our web page. And if we didn't if anything goes wrong during fetching or parsing, then we will get errors that we will get with dot catch method. So after that, this is the part of load using dot then. This part is for user. In this part, we are doing the things, doing the operation with the help of dot then method. And after that, there is a await method. With the help of async await, we can perform same thing like uh, like there is a first we need to put async before the function keyword. We need to use async keyword, and there is a function load with async await that already defined in our HTML file. So after that, this function uses async and await. It is a cleaner way to write asynchronous code. So it looks like normal step-by-step coding, but it also still handles the promises. So like there is a there is a sync function load with async await. There is a like we say mm, we here is a await, here is a sync, here is a shrink, and here is await. So it will just fetching the calling the API. Let's make a call an API. So await just do the thing. It's saying wait again while converting it um, JSON here. So here we are just using async await, the function load with async await. So uh, there is we are just like making a call API call with the help of fetch, and await keyword is just like to try to say wait here until the data comes from the API, and after that it's again try to say here wait again while converting it into JSON format. And after that, there is a render table. So it will finally show the data on web page if all the things are okay. If anything fails in between, then the catch block will show an error message. So both the things are same. Both the method are doing same, but there is so both we are using uh, for both like the dot then and async await we are using to handle promises, which means like dealing with asynchronous operations like fetching data from an API. So there is a different thing between both the method dot then and async await. Dot then is an older way for handling the promises. It works like when we are calling an API fetch, it returns a promise. Then dot then is like used to run code after the promise is fulfilled. And after that, there is a dot catch. It is used to handle errors. So it is like good for the short chains of the asynchronous actions, but it is considered bad for the complex logic like multiple steps. It can become nested and harder to read. So this is also called as callback hell or promises chaining. So that's why we mostly prefer async await over dot then method. So it is modern way to handle promises. So we just mark a function with async to use await inside it. So await pauses the code until the promise is going to be resolved, and try catch is used to handle the error. So it is good for clean, readable, step-by-step asynchronous coding, and especially for big applications. So it needs to be inside asynchronous function. So it can always be used in every context, like directly in event handler, and like both are good. If we have as a beginner, we can also go for dot then, and if we want to build a real world application, then async await is a better option. So so we just done with our sync await and dot then method, and after that there is a table we created here. So it is a render table where we are getting the um result of our API data. So here is a function render table. So it is we are writing HTML inside uh, our JavaScript file. It is also called interpolation. We are with this section we are just creating to we are just uh, showing the display data like there is the ID, title, body. So just like here, ID, title, body, and hold the thing, hold the data inside it. So it is just for our um, this section. So here is a render table. It will it will just takes the two inputs as an argument. So there is a post. It is an array of object. Each object is a blog post from the API, and there is a title. Title. It will going to like a string like data loaded using dot then or data loaded using async await. So after that there is a let HTML. We are just start building an HTML structure over here as inside the JavaScript file. So it begins with a heading and start with a table like here. Here is a heading H5 and it's a table here, and this contains the column headers, ID, title, body here, and post dot. For each post we are using here loop to go through each blog post in the posts array. For every post we created a new table row like this one for ID, post.id, post.title, post.body. So this happens for every single post in the data. We just repeating row dynamically, like based on the API data. Like for every data, we are using a unique ID here and title, body. So after that, we are just loop. We close the after the loop. We close the table body and the table itself. So it's just ready to show the data in a proper manner. So after that, there is a document dot get element by ID result dot inner HTML is equal to HTML. So this is like we are taking the entire table we built as a string and we insert it into div ID result on the web page we already defined here that we are accessing it here. So means our data is now appeared as full bootstrap style table on the page. So this render tables function takes the post data and creates a full HTML table using JavaScript string building. So it uses a loop to fill each row with post ID, title, and body. So then it puts the table into the page using inner HTML. This let us show the API data dynamically in a nice format. So that's it. Thank you.